Hey guys, it's me, the Diamond King, here with something a bit different, but here we go anyway. So I recently just watched the pilot for this new Minecraft series called Adventure Mode by Enchanted Mob, and in this video I will discuss my full opinions on it. So here we go. Adventure Mode is a Minecraft animated series produced by Zamination and Enchanted Mob. So far, only the pilot is out, and I watched it like a few weeks ago, and I personally think it's pretty good. So, yeah, I'm going to discuss my full opinions on it. So, for starters, the animation is obviously amazing. It's definitely cool looking, and I do like these cool character designs. And I personally think this series has potential because the pilot's only the first thing that's out, but this series looks like it's gonna be great. So yeah, this is good. Now let's get into the story. Adventure Mode is about a human named Norman who apparently has about 24 hours to find a house before he's kicked off a server, which I don't know how servers work in this universe, but yeah, uh, that's basically it. When searching the land, he comes across this giant house that he decides to live in, only to be only to be surprised that it's actually home to three monsters. There's Stephanie the zombie, who is apparently a stubborn vegan with a burdensome past, and she's, I guess, also a bit too overprotective. Then there's a creeper named Bubbles, who has some self-control issues, aka she explodes from experiencing strong emotions, and yeah. And then we have my personal favorite character, Dr. Bonehead, a scientific skeleton who is apparently an orphan. Who knows? Maybe he'll have like an interesting backstory or whatever. So, yeah, can't wait to see what that's all about. They eventually set out on a quest to find a thing called Meep. And this is Meep, who is apparently Bubble the Creeper's pet. And don't really know much about him yet, but eh, looks kind of cute. Eventually come across an old mom grinder where Meep is, and Norman has to basically endure all this crazy stuff that happens to try and save Meep. So Norman, he drinks his squeezle sauce, that stuff, and he sees Meep, and he has to go through all this stuff. This part actually kind of made me laugh. He eventually saves Meep and brings it back to Bubbles. And yeah, Meep is so adorable. However, the mob grinder starts to crumble, and Norman is hanging on for his life. Bubbles is ready to save him. She grabs on with her foot, I guess, and then everyone else is grabbing on. They're about to fall, and Bubbles suddenly explodes and falls. However, Norman has an idea. He steps on a pressure plate, which dispenses a levitation potion, and then flies down to save Bubbles. He splashes the potion, and it floats him back up to the surface. And yeah, they then all head back home. Everyone bids Norman farewell. Well, Stephanie doesn't seem too happy, and then he leaves. But it turns out that Norman summoned an iron golem when he first thought they were enemies. So yeah, the iron golem's here. and and sees and even sees Norman as a traitor. The pilot basically ends with the Iron Golem trapping Bonehead and Bubbles in a corner, and basically, I guess, clanging them, and another explosion. Stephanie is distressed. She and Norman get knocked out, and then they get dragged away by the Iron Golem. And the server master is waiting, and it ends on a cliffhanger. Now, this is a pretty good pilot. I love the animation, I love the characters, Dr. Bonehead especially, and yeah, it seems pretty promising. Also, he's holding a Minecraft book. Anyway, how do servers work in this universe, by the way? Like, how is that possible? Just tell me how how are servers possible? And I also like some of the jokes in this episode. Especially I really like this finger joke. And I also like this one joke where Dr. Bonehead can't really hear Norman and he throws down the chainsaw. Can you hear me? This thing is way louder than how do I turn this stupid thing? And yeah, this series seems pretty promising as a start. Can't wait to see what happens next. Adventure mode is not without fault, however. As with any other piece of media, I do have my criticisms with it. But thankfully, I only have two criticisms with this show, and I kind of hope it stays that way. First criticism with the show is that it kind of seems a bit too high energy for me. I don't mind high energy humor sometimes, but I just kind of feel like this is a bit too much, you know? As opposed to a show like Godzilla vs. Monkey, where it does retain some humor, but still manages to keep a serious tone. Yeah, that's my kind of show. I mean, I don't mind high energy stuff, but it's I kind of like more serious stuff more, like this, where the thing I'm showing right now, it does retain some humor, but it still has a serious tone, and that's my kind of show. My second criticism with this show is that some of the characters can kind of get a bit annoying, Bubbles the Creeper especially. And yeah, let's just say that I'm not really the biggest fan of some of them. Like, like I said, I don't mind high energy stuff, but at the same time, this feels like a bit too much. However, those are the only two criticisms I have with this pilot. Um, and I hope it stays that way because I'm pretty interested to see what happens next. And hey, you can go watch it for yourself right now. Yes, you, the person watching this video right now. I'll leave a link to the Adventure Mode YouTube channel in the description below where you can go watch it. And that's my full thoughts on Adventure Mode. Overall, a pretty good start, and only two criticisms with it, and hopefully it stays that way. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and yeah, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in whatever comes next. Bye.